It's early morning. We are on the road, leaving the noise of the city behind. Ahead of us, green fields, scattered homes, and a quiet revolution. Today we visit farmers who are doing something different. They are not herding cows or tending to acres of maize. They are keeping rabbits. Yes, rabbits. And as we'll see soon, these animals are making a big impact. We arrive at the farm. A simple setup, but don't be fooled. There is a lot going on here. From the cages to the feeding areas, everything has a purpose.
My name is David Mwangi. I'm the sole proprietor-in-chief of Rabbit Crew Kenya. It's a rabbit farm located in Kiserian Town, Kajiado County. And I'm here to take you through the rabbit farm, farm management, anything to do about rabbits. And I hope this will be a very educative session.
It may look quiet, but this place is full of activity and planning. Rabbit farming begins with the basics: housing, feeding, and care. But there is more to it than just throwing some greens in a cage.
This is my 6th year. I started the work in January 2019. So being April 2025, that will be my 6th year now in the work, in the businesses. We have a capacity of 1,000 rabbits here. We have 315 hatches behind me, in front of me, besides. So this is a big farm and we are still growing. So we keep 1,000 rabbits here at full capacity. But of course the population will keep growing and reducing depending on how you do business of selling and reproduction.
As we walk through the farm, we're introduced to the daily routine, how the rabbits are fed, where they sleep, and how their health is kept in check.
A typical day in the rabbit farm is involved, we have routine activities that you do. We call them farm operations. The first, the common farm operations that you have to do every day include feeding, providing of water, solid foods, hay for the rabbits, cleaning. Then you also have breeding activities. We also have business activities. We sell rabbits, we sell rabbit meat, we do training to farmers, and also we have guests who visit us. So this is more of what happens here every day.
The primary diet of a rabbit is hay, pellets, and fresh water. We normally feed them by putting the pellets on the feeding pots, hay in the hay racks, and we have a water tank on top of the hatches that flows to the nipple drinkers or the drinking cups. The pellets we feed the rabbits help with their optimal growth. The hay supplies them with fibrous plant material that is good for their general well-being. There are specific feeding schedules for the rabbits of different age groups. So for young kids or young rabbits, we normally give them 25 to 75 grams of pellets. The ones that leave their mother 1 week after weaning, we normally give them 25 grams and 50 grams when they are like 1.5 months and 75 grams when they are 1 month to a week to 3 months old. So for mature rabbits, we normally give them 100 grams of pellets once a day. And for the nursing dose, we normally give them 200 grams of pellets. We normally feed them once a day. Yeah, and ensure constant supply of fresh hay and fresh water. To ensure constant supply of fresh water, we normally refill. You can see the tanks are small, so they normally finish real quick, the water. So we normally refill in almost like 1 day, after 1 day, but with fresh water, not contaminated one. Yeah, and we also wash the tanks once a week.
Regarding how to house rabbits, you have 2 ways. We have 2 schools of thought towards housing rabbits. The first school of thought is people who have the system that you see here, which is hatches. Okay, rabbits are very reproductive, so you have to keep males and females apart. They have what we call induced ovulation. So if you keep a male in contact with a female, it can give birth today, get pregnant again, before it even does any breastfeeding. So to avoid all that, then you need to separate males and females. There are people who do it through hatches, like we advocate and like we do here. It makes the management to be very easy. It also helps you to prevent rabbit diseases a lot. Then we have some people who are against caging animals, who may try to do open spaces, a big house, and then you let them play around. But that one also has its own disadvantages. You are going to maybe have a harder time controlling diseases and issues of that nature. So hatches make it easy. They are only within the hatch for a few, maximum of 4 months, and they are slaughtered off for meat. So it is not a stressing time for them. Again, rabbits are domesticated animals. They are what we call, they can thrive in captivity. If you try to take this rabbit to the forest, it's going to die within a few weeks, a few days actually, because of the stress of not being able to run away from predators in the forest. It's been taught to live with humans in captivity. So they are more used to the hatches kind of setup. So enclose them, proper security against dogs, against thieves, and then you are in good business.
You can feel the rhythm, morning duties, evening checks, and everything in between. Then comes the magic, breeding. This is where rabbit farming really takes shape.
Rabbits usually we start breeding them at around 5 to 6 months, and it depends on the type of a breed. Now, for example, for the white breeds you can talk about the California white and New Zealand white, and also you can talk about the Kenya white. Yeah, those ones can start at around 5. Then the rest of the breeds can start around 6 months. Determining that a doe is ready to mate. In most cases, does they're not like humans. For rabbits, they are induced. You're supposed to induce a buck for them to go and hit. So, for a rabbit which is around 6, for a doe which is around 6 or 5 months, to test if it's ready, you can take it to a buck. Now, we take care of the newborn kids and the mother. Now, for instance, when they've just been given birth, before they're giving birth, we introduce a nest box, like 4 days too. So it's around on the 26th day of pregnancy, we introduce the nest box. So the nest box, that's where the kids are given birth, or that's where the rabbit gives birth. So after they're giving birth, those kids are supposed to be in the nest box for around 21 days. They jump out themselves. But when, let's say after the 4th day after the kids have been given birth, we're supposed to check. That's when we determine the number of the births. During breeding, we can talk about the dates, the challenges that can be faced during breeding. The dates, like death of the mother after giving birth. For example, one recently just given birth and died just a few days ago. So, most cases, we can also face a challenge of when a mother kills, most especially when after fostering. When we foster, let's say moving one kid from one mother to another with that same scent of the previous mother. When that kid comes with that scent to a new mother, it can cause killing. The new mother can kill, or the foster mother can kill the what? These kids, the newly introduced kids.
Okay, so to ensure healthy litters and good genetic diversity in the farm, in a rabbit farm, first thing you need to do is to prevent inbreeding. Okay, if you don't know what you are doing when you are breeding rabbits, you want to multiply good characteristics that will keep your farm growing. We have what we call desirable characteristics in breeding of animals, and then we have what we call recessive characteristics, undesirable characteristics. So if you want to multiply the good characteristics and you avoid the bad characteristics, the first thing is to avoid inbreeding, which means that you should avoid breeding closely related kin, a brother and a sister, for example. So that is one of the easiest ways to just be sure that you are avoiding multiplying bad characters. So if you don't know what you're doing, then you do proper breeding selection, you avoid breeding relatives. You also don't breed sick rabbits. Don't breed rabbits that look like maybe they are tiny or retarded or things like that. So you only breed the rabbits that look healthy, so that even the care they provide to the offspring will be optimum. For breeding materials that you can use for the rabbits, number one is maybe accessories that you may use for breeding rabbits. So you have a nest. You need a nest box so that the mother can have a space. We make these hatches of wire mesh from below, so they will be wire mesh so that droppings and urine can pass through for hygiene. So if a rabbit wants to give birth, it can't give birth on the same wire mesh. So what you do, you provide a nest box so that you put hay inside there, provides a warm enclosure for the kids. The baby rabbits are called kids, and then they'll be born there in a warm environment. Rabbits are very adaptable to cold conditions than hot conditions. So you will have a rabbit having fur on the skin. So if you put it at a place, the optimum biological operating temperature of a rabbit is between 15 to 25 degrees. Most places in Kenya are within that range. If your region is below that range, you may try to provide maybe an enclosure, a wall around it to avoid too much freezing, or in countries where you have winter. If it is the summer where we have extreme heat on the other side, or you are raising them in a desert, then you'd open up these hatches much more so that they are more open for air circulation, and then maybe provide an overhead roof to avoid overheating issues or direct exposure to sunlight, so that you avoid something we call heat stroke.
We meet the farmers who know their rabbits like family. They talk about growth, litters, and how quickly things can change if you are not careful.
We have very many rabbit breeds, and the breed number one for rabbit meat production is called the New Zealand White. It's white, purely white in color with pink eyes. So that's the New Zealand White breed. Okay, pink eyes, white coat. Okay, all right. Another breed of rabbits is so this is called the Havana breed. It's black in color. Everything is black, eyes, everything. So that's the Havana breed of rabbits. Okay. We have the checkered giant. So it looks like a Frisian cow. Okay, like that. So black spots can be brown spots and all that. The checkered giant. Okay. So that is a cinnamon rabbit breed. Cinnamon, She looks. This is the correct way to handle a rabbit so that it doesn't scratch you. Hold the skin near the ears, then you support its weight like that. So if it tries to throw itself around, it won't harm you. So that is the cinnamon breed. Okay, patches of chocolate, brown, orange. Okay, so that is it. So this one is called Kenya White Rabbit breed. So it is white in color, but with black eyes. Okay, you remember the New Zealand White had pink eyes. So this one has black eyes. So this one is called the Dutch breed. Okay, has a white collar band on the neck, white lines at the front face, solid color, starting from here to the back. It can be black, it can be chocolate brown, it can be gray, any color. So that is a Dutch breed. Okay. Then chinchilla, American chinchilla. Okay, that one. American chinchilla. I think this one is heavily pregnant. You can feel the babies. Okay, American chinchilla. Then we have the Flemish giant. Flemish giant looks like that. Closely resembles the wild hare, isn't it? The hare rabbit. Okay, so that is a Flemish giant. This is called American sable. Okay, American sable. Okay. This is called palomino. Okay. So it's orange in color. Orange in color. So that is a predominant rabbit breed. Okay? Yes. Yes. All right. Okay, so we have what we call best practices in rabbit farming and in any other business or any other type of agribusiness or agricultural production. So you have to prevent diseases by being proactive we call it rabbit husbandry. So you have to house your rabbits properly, you have to feed your rabbits properly, you have to do the regular routine activities properly, and also you have to be a very good farm manager who is able to look at issues that may come up or the issues that may predispose the rabbits to diseases, and then you can prevent the issues by being a proactive farm manager.
Some of the challenges we face when sourcing the feeds are the labor involved from getting the fodder from the farm or the shops. And also we have the challenge of getting high quality fodder or pellets for your rabbits.
Of course, it's not all smooth. They open up about their setbacks too. Sick rabbits, losses, and tough lessons, but that's part of the journey.
We normally get mortalities from nutritional disorders, diseases that are related to dirt and parasites, and sometimes they normally injure themselves while playing in the hatches, when fighting with each other. You can see mortalities for they are fighting. We get mortalities for weekly. It's not always.
The rewards, they are worth it. Rabbit meat is gaining popularity. It's healthy, it cooks fast, and is finding its way onto more and more plates. And that's not all. Rabbit urine, droppings, even the fur, nothing goes to waste here.
Our target market is anybody who can eat meat. Okay, if you can eat meat, you are a target customer. Rabbit meat is white meat. Anyone who can eat white meat can also eat rabbit meat. Okay, so we have our primary target customer is a meat consumer. We are providing an alternative source of meat, and we call it sustainable meat because it is you can raise rabbits in an urban area easier than you can raise a cow for meat production. So now in this case then, anyone who eats meat, anyone who looks towards producing rabbits for meat is also our target customer, so that they can get the information they need, the breeds they need from us and all that. Yes.
Now for waste, we collect the droppings or the pee and the urine. Urine is collected from there are some containers around. Then we put them in the jerry can. Then the droppings, we collect them in a sack. Then they are sold. But for the droppings and the urine, we sell them. They are still valuable. They are used as manure in garden.
For many, this is more than just a hustle. It's how they feed their families, pay school fees, and build a future. The best part? Anyone can do it. With a little space, some knowledge, and determination, this dream is possible. As we wrap up our visit, one thing is clear. Rabbit farming isn't just about animals. It's about hope, survival, and smart choices.
We do have plans to expand into new products and consumer and in services lines. We are always looking to see what can we do more to enrich our services, to enrich our products. So some of the initiatives we may do include maybe even importing rabbit breeds that are superior to what we have in the country from other countries of the world like Germany and Europe, and whichever source we can obtain good quality breeds. Particularly in Europe, we have very good rabbit breeds there. So we are looking into that as we continue to grow our venture. And then again, you also publicize about that we raise our rabbits very organically. Okay, so we can actually raise a rabbit here disease-free from birth to slaughter. So no medication used. So anyone who is looking for meat that has been raised clean, without medication or antibiotics, is able to obtain that from our farm.
In a country full of untapped potential, sometimes all it takes is a rabbit.
So that is it about rabbit production on a nutshell. So we are located in Kiserian town, You can find us on social media, on Rabbit Crew Kenya across all social media platforms, and rabbitcrewkenya.co.ke. Phone number is 0757 309 126. You can give us a call, you can WhatsApp us, and we'll be at your service. You can order rabbit meat from us. You can order rabbit hatches, breeders, feeders, drinkers, carrots, anything about rabbit, or come for training at our farm. So thank you very much for watching, and good luck in your future rabbit production. We hope to see you become a rabbit farmer as well.